Guys, we have a big announcement. This summer, we are producing our very own comedy TV show, but we need your help. An up-and-coming streaming service has invited us to be one of the first creators to join their mission in building this creator-led platform. It's called Showstack. It's still in the early stages of development, but it's paving the way and allowing creators to own their own material and create their own stories without anybody standing in their way. And where we need your help is being one of the first creators on the platform. We are competing in a competition through Showstack that will first get us pilot funding for our first episode. And secondly, at the very end, we have a chance to win full funding for our first season of the show. Our show is called Crown. It follows a fictional version of Gray and myself in a world where podcasters are rock stars. We're both chasing superstardom, doing absurd things to get rich and famous, but we oftentimes sabotage ourselves through our bad decisions, our egos, and meeting and interacting with the wild personalities of this podcast boom. Think like Detroiters and workaholics. So if you're a fan of us or want to support us on this journey, all you have to do is go to showstack.tv, create an account, subscribe for only $1.99, and go and vote for us, Crown. And the best part is, if you subscribe now, that $1.99 subscription fee is locked in for life. It's a way of Showstack supporting all the early subscribers. Voting for us gives us an edge in the competition and is a huge way to help us get that full season funding. So go join Showstack, go vote for us, and continue to stay tuned as we drop more and more teasers of our show leading up to its release. Thank y'all, and now let's get into the episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crown Cinema Podcast. In this episode, we are breaking down
and literally just watched
Remember the Titans. I can't believe you have never seen this movie. This is Gray's first time ever watching Remember the Titans, the classic.
It was hilarious. Yeah, just let that unfold on the Saving Private Ryan episode, and you're like, okay, well, that just changed everything that we had planned.
Yep.
So now we're doing it.
Well, it's funny because now you probably have some clarity into what went on in like football locker rooms in high school and middle school, all the chants, all the little things.
You think
everything came from this movie?
Everything.
All the songs?
Come on. Is it really what? Is it that big of a cultural phenomenon? Are you really going to tell me that this movie did all of that?
Well, you know, like I'm talking about like singing.
Na, 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 na.
Yep, that.
Na, 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
That did not, there's no way that came from this movie.
Where else did it come from?
I don't know. I feel like it had to, they made that up?
No, I think it's a song, but they like all singing it together made that a thing in football. Why do you only do it in football? You don't do it in basketball locker rooms?
I don't know. I feel like
maybe you do after games.
Yeah, after a game, like if you beat a team, student section says na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye.
Remember the Titans, bro.
Look, it's a big movie. I get it. I didn't realize it was that popular. It's not even Texas
football. Ain't no mountain high enough. That's definitely this movie.
Maybe. I mean, I think the song itself might have had something to do with that.
No,
too.
But you sing it in locker rooms or whatever with your boys.
I didn't play football in high school, so I don't know. Were they just singing like this all the time?
Middle school?
Because this Pee-wee football?
Kissing in the locker room?
Yeah, dude. I guess that just comes from this movie. This was damn near a musical. They were singing like
they got soul power.
Yeah, the whole time they were singing in this movie.
Yep.
I couldn't like a lot. They were singing a lot. They were dancing a lot.
Music brings humanity together.
I mean, yeah, like I love singing. I love dancing.
All right, so what are your first thoughts on Remember the Titans? First ever watch.
I mean, I'll give you this. I needed this. You left me. You've been gone for like a week pretty much. And in that time, I watched Ex Machina. I watched Heretic. I watched The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I watched like some Black Mirror episodes as well. And then you get back from Mexico and I'm like, oh, we could probably watch something nice. And you're like, let's watch Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
So my brain has just been fried. I mean, dude, like after I watched Heretic, I like damn near got a therapist. I was like, I'm losing my mind and everything's just wrong. So this was nice that it was just like, yeah, dude, let me get Denzel Washington for a whole movie, just coaching people up. Like, that's what I need.
You get Denzel in any role, just leading men.
It's just really nice.
And it's going to be the best thing you will ever watch.
It's just comforting. I mean, he takes over the screen. He takes over pretty much every scene. in just like I got this way.
Yes.
And so it's just really nice to like watch him do that. And it's also, like I just love watching Denzel be Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever you find a perfect role for Denzel, like a coach
Yes.
for a state championship football team, it's like, yeah, dude, this is awesome. This is a great movie. It's a fun movie. It's like one of the cheesiest movies I've ever seen.
No, why?
Oh yeah. It's it's corny. It's corny.
No,
it's supposed to be. It's a PG feel good movie.
Well,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those movies.
Yeah.
Just saying, let's call it what it is.
I mean, it's, definitely a family movie.
Yeah.
Jerry Bruckheimer produced it, and the original script for it had a lot more vulgar language, as you might imagine.
Wow.
But Disney was like, hey, let's tone this back and make this a family movie, maybe.
Uh-huh.
So that's why it's, there's no cuss words in it.
Yeah,
There's no racial slurs, no N-words getting thrown willy-nilly.
Yeah, let's make racism seem a little bit more uplifting. I get it, Disney. I see what you're doing. Let's also go make some money off of it. A little capitalization. Yeah, I mean, I said that wrong. Wrong word.
Capitalism. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. I'm like...
Big word guy over here.
Yeah, not smart. Yeah, but I respect it. I couldn't believe how racist it was.
Insanely racist.
I'll give Disney that. I mean, they also didn't play around with it.
No,
they definitely show you. Like even kind of. I'm kind of messing this part up, but like even in a fun way, they do show you like how messed up it was.
Dude, it's funny now.
Whoa.
Just seeing how insane people talked. You're like, what? How do you even think this way? Like, how is this even possible?
That's really the thinking part that gets me. Like, just
even like the girlfriend.
It is realistic. Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Like at the end of the movie when she like finally kind of goes back to Gerry and she's like, hey,
Gerry.
I want to. Gerry, sorry, you're right. Yeah, She goes back to Gerry and's like, hey, I'm going to start trying. It's going to be really hard for me, but I'm going to try. It's going to be hard for you to what? Be nice to another guy
and
that's a different color?
Yeah, the music like kind of sets in. This is a very like nice moment. She's like, it's going to be hard for me, Gerry, but I sure will try. But then like just before that, when Gerry tries to introduce his boy to her, what's his name?
Julian?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. It's a football movie. There's a lot of characters. Anyways, Julian like goes to shake her hand and she just walks away.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, that could be just like the movie.
Julius.
Thank you. Wood Harris is a beast actor.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's one of those things like scenes like that where it's like, okay, that could be a dramatization of what's happening at this time. Or that could be pretty realistic.
Probably pretty realistic.
It could be pretty realistic.
I mean, it's the first time the school has ever crossed races to play football.
Yeah. Let me tell you this. I didn't know what Remember the Titans was about. I did not know what the movie was about.
Okay.
And the only scene that I've seen from this is Denzel Washington, the Who's Your Daddy scene.
Yeah.
Who your daddy, Gerry? You. Uh-huh.
But I didn't know that was Remember the Titans. I just knew that was a Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, there was a little like initial shock whenever the movie first came on. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
I love Coach Boone's even though he is discriminated against, nobody wants him to be the coach. He doesn't stand down to anybody. He's like, I am the boss. Yeah. Even if none of y'all like it or even all the white players don't even respect me, you're going to respect me. I'm going to force you to respect me because I am your coach. I'm the head coach. I'm the boss. I'm your daddy. When you're on the field, I'm your daddy. So like he's just unapologetic in his leadership.
Which is why Denzel Washington's perfect for that role.
Perfect.
Because you need just like the perfect amount of charisma.
Yep.
And just confidence.
Yep.
All that.
And delivery of just the greatest speeches. The whole entire movie is just Denzel Washington going off.
Well, it's like, okay, yes, but it is funny to watch, like, pretty much the whole beginning of the movie. Like, I would say more than half of it. Like, from the beginning to, like, more than half of it, it's just Denzel, banger of a monologue after a banger of a monologue. Like, literally back to back.
Hypes you up.
Like, literally back to back scenes. Like, Denzel will deliver a monologue, the next scene is just him delivering another monologue.
Yes.
And then like kind of towards the end of the movie, I noticed that like, I think somebody probably started noticing that on set. They were like, dude, it's just Denzel, which by the way, not a bad way to go.
Nope.
But like for character development, like you start noticing that other people, other characters like start getting the stage as well.
Well, it's kind of nice because it's kind of, they do it in a dramatic way because Denzel's a dictator. He says, this is a dictatorship. And he has a big ego and he has pride with what he does because, you know, he's been discriminated against his whole life. He's in the civil rights movement doing things. He said he walked with Martin Luther King Jr. And so, you know, he has like a chip on his shoulder because he feels like he has to in order to, you know, overcome all the discrimination against him. So you see that pride that kind of leaks out to the coaching staff and even the players where he's like too much of a leader because he just feels like he has to be. But as he starts to kind of get close with Coach Yoast,
Yeah.
you know, then he starts to allow him to be a coach. Like at the very end, he puts his pride down and lets Coach Yoast call the play or tells him what to do. And he's like, you're right. Because before that, he's like, you worry about the defense. I got the offense. He's like, if you fuck up the defense, I'm taking over the defense.
Yeah.
You know, so he has that so much pride over the team, but he slowly starts to break down, which then allows the other characters to kind of step in, or the other coaches, I mean, to step in and start to lead the team in their own way.
Yeah. It's cool because kind of just that little leakage spread, like, that's a good way of putting it. Because really, the first person I feel like that actually kind of gives that confidence is Ethan Suplee's character, Louis Lastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever they're just eating at lunch, and then he has Louis come over and like, all right, tell me a fact about one of your black teammates.
He knows everybody.
Man, he starts spinning and dancing. Again, turns into a musical. And it's just like, whoa. But then Coach Yoast, who you're like, for me, I'm watching, I was like, fuck, I don't know if I'm supposed to root for him or not.
Yeah.
He seems like a good guy, but he's definitely like playing into the white man a little bit here.
Yeah.
But then he gives that speech to his defense, like, I think it's the regional championship, something like that. And he's like, don't let him get one more yard or I will bench all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Big speech, big delivery, great.
Yep.
Now, by the time Denzel was shown back on the screen, I kind of forgot it was a Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah, because he took over. He pulled out that Coach Boone.
Yeah.
Which, again, they both learned from each other.
Yeah.
He was too soft on the players early on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Petey, he's like, let him kind of he's being like a soft supporter, even though he should be. But at times, with the players, you got to be a little tough on them because, again, what Coach Boone is saying, when these black guys go off into the real world, they're going to face a lot of adversity. And there's a lot of racism still today. Like, it's super present right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to kind of make them tough.
Yeah.
But you also got to be the nice guy too with them because they're still just young men.
Kids,
they're
yeah.
all 17 years old,
Yeah.
18. I think Petey's 17. He's going to be a senior next year in the movie. So, you know, but then he learns from Coach Boone, just, you know, kind of knows when he has to be the dog coach. You got to like put it on for him and push him.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool because I was also one of those things where it was like, I was getting a little concerned that like Coach Boone was just going to be a perfect human the whole movie and he was going to be right in every scenario.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, like, okay, I see what they're doing, but like, he's not, you know, he's still just a man. He makes mistakes. He says the wrong things, you know, just like the rest of them. So whenever Coach Yoast is like kind of calling him out on his bullshit, he's like, I think you're too loud. I think you're too prideful. Like,
Yep.
You know, I think you're showing off a little bit. And then, you know, Coach Boone has a good retort to that, but like that's just because Denzel Washington's character like is quick on his feet. You know, he's good, he's charismatic. So you're like, oh yeah, like shut up, Coach Yoast, racist.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, if you really look, it's like, no, he does need to tone it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But then that comes into fruition at the end whenever they do team up and they like kind of hold each other accountable. And it's like, okay, that's nice. Like that's a genuine good lesson. Like not picking sides. Because let's be honest, dude, when you do a movie like this, like the audience will always know if you're picking a side or not. And you just don't want to do that.
Right.
Not in my opinion. Like
let the audience decide the side. Show the spectrum of it. And
well, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, clearly racist white people trying to damage and kill black folks. That's wrong.
Right.
That's wrong. But like, just for the sake of like keeping characters honest, you can't just have black people be correct in everything that they do for the whole movie.
They're all still humans.
They're all still humans. So once you like break that down and like actually let the audience understand that like that's what it should be, that's like, you know, real growth in society, it makes for a really good movie.
Yep.
You know, and it's just not bad delivery whenever you do something like that. And so I think they nailed it with that.
Yeah, they also nail it with the drama of the football games because they're an undefeated team. They're about to win the state championship. And so they're, you know, really good because they have the strong brotherhood. But in order to create some conflict within the games, it's like Coach Boone has to win every single game or else he's going to get fired immediately. Because, again, the board was racist. They just did it as like a little check mark box, and then they want to get Coach Yoast back in the head coaching spot and get him to move out of the town. So, but they don't realize Coach Boone is actually a legitimate coach, like the best there is with this team. And then later in the movie, Coach Yoast, you know, he has to choose, is he going to sacrifice his Hall of Fame that he was going to get, that he's been working his entire career to achieve, or is he going to help the team win? So like that adds some conflict, like is he going to do it or is he not going to do it? So you have that little underlying conflict of the drama of the story.
What's the scandal? I missed that part.
What?
The when he like tells the ref, he's like, I'll go to the press and I'll take y'all down. I don't care if I go down too.
He's just saying like, I don't care if my career, my reputation gets destroyed by doing this because you are cheating, very clearly cheating. So I'll take it to, you know, whatever board.
So, but like it's addressed that he knows about it.
Well, yeah.
So he's supposed to throw the game.
Yeah, he's supposed to throw the game. The refs are on his side.
And
the
then
other coach knows it
too.
too. Yeah, and then once they lose, he goes to head coach. Now he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't give a shit about the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah.
Don't let these boys down. Yeah. I ain't letting these boys down.
You know how hard it is to have a perfect season in Virginia football? Which, by the way, come on, dude. Just it's tough for me.
Why?
Because we grew up around Texas football.
Yeah.
And like the whole world knows that Texas high school football is the real deal.
Texas, I think even, what are the big ones? California has a big
California football, or California, Texas, and Florida.
Biggest football states.
Like, come on, Virginia football.
Texas, California, and Florida. Look at you. Are universally considered the top football states, dominating in high school talent production, NFL players, and college success. These big three are consistently followed by Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Alabama for the deep-rooted football culture and high-level talent development. Guess what? Virginia ain't in here. But it's a true story.
It's a true story. It just, I mean, I did get kind of a good chuckle about, like, you know, at the end of the movie where it's like saying, like, Coach Boone went on to coach for 5 more years and then he retired. Coach Yoast followed him for 4 years and then he retired in 1990. You know, it just gives you, like, the classic 2000s. Like, this is what everybody did after high school. None of them went to the NFL. You know what? If this movie happens in Texas, you have a perfect season and win the state championship in Texas, let's say 6A football, dude, you got like 6 NFL players on that
those
team.
are basically NFL games. Not even in the 70s, the biggest states were Oklahoma, Alabama, Nebraska, Ohio, and still Texas.
Texas, baby.
Oklahoma
Texas,
on top, though, in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, okay, wait. This is saying college teams, like Oklahoma, like the Sooners.
Oh.
I said states, Google AI.
It's good. I think it's always just going to assume college. Just look up biggest high school football states.
Yeah. Texas, California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida. And still no Virginia. I'm trying to get you in there, Virginia.
Yeah, this shit meant something to somebody. I mean, hey, we remember the Titans. Don't know if it has anything to do with that season specifically or maybe this movie. That's also just coming from 2 dudes that just watch a movie. So they might try and bite our heads off right now, but don't. I'm just watching the movie. It's my first time seeing this movie. Just calling it like I see it.
This episode is sponsored by Lock Lab, the hair growth supplement that's taken me from this to this. It's been a complete game changer for me.
I mean, it's undeniable. Lock Lab's a great product. It's worked incredibly well for Gray So much so that since he's gotten hair, he's become a different person. Every time I take a shower, my conditioner's empty. It's gray. He says he needs it. Gray has his own bathroom. Despite it being extremely affordable, he can't even pay rent on time.
Try next month, pal.
And what about all this stuff? How'd you pay for that?
Look, these are my essentials. This is what it takes to manage all of this.
You don't even have that much hair.
Please, Kate, take that energy somewhere else. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
If only Lock Lab didn't produce amazing results.
I'm gonna use your shower, water. Oh, you get it.
Don't use my conditioner. Right, I said don't use my conditioner.
What?
You don't need that much conditioner.
Water coming out of the shower.
That is not the shower.
Go to Lock Lab. One pill a day, that's 97% effective in stopping hair loss. If you want your mane back, go to locklab.co. I did. Look at me.
So on the Saving Private Ryan episode, when we were just like mentioning Remember the Titans, and you said you hadn't seen it, I was saying there's a funny scene in the movie, and it was obviously the kiss in the locker room.
Yeah, Sunshine Fruitcake, whatever that dude's name was. I mean, just in and out. I mean, I guess the rest of the movie, they're kind of like, they're like, yay. And then he does go up to, what's the linebacker's name? The one that's paralyzed?
Bertier, Gerry.
Gerry.
Not Gerry.
He goes up to Gerry. He's like, we good? Gary's like, keep your fucking voice down.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up. You think they're mean to black people? You have no idea what they do to a gay man around here.
They're pretty nice to him, though. He had to have been gay. They're kind of hinting to it the whole movie.
I think, yeah, it's just, hey, by the way, we're going to throw that in there. Like, while you're also not being racist, let's also not be homophobic either.
I was trying to think, like, what's the point of that scene? And I think it's just because Sunshine was called a fruitcake by Gerry Bertier.
Correct.
And so he just is like, you call me a fruitcake? Fine, I'll kiss you.
Yeah, he's from
He's
California.
like saying, fuck it. Like,
He's, well, and he's also, like, I don't know, he's kind of a hippie-ish character from California.
he wears a choker.
He wears a choker. He's doing yoga on on the school front lawn for all the girls to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things where, like, if you're an old country boy, you're like, what the fuck?
They're
He's
just
from
stereotyping the hell out of a gay man. He's doing yoga out in the yard.
Exactly.
Between
Yeah.
class.
It's really, it's Disney that's, making a bad rap for him. But no, like, I'm just thinking, like, I don't know. Like, if you're from California, like, that's just kind of a stereotype. Is like,
Sure.
you could be straight. But
I mean, that's what PD says. He's the girls like, he's from California.
Sunshine is from California.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? He's from California.
The stereotype is like, you could be a straight man from California, but you're still a little gay.
You
But
still
you know
kiss
what?
a couple guys in the locker room.
Exactly. And it's just not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You know what? Fuck it. I get it.
Nobody discriminated against him on the team.
Exactly. Everybody was cool with it because he could sling a fucking,
Yeah, he could.
he could sling the rock.
Favorite moment from this movie is when
The
Sunshine
kiss.
comes into the game. He's like, hey, let him through. They're like, what? He's like, let him through. He's like, all right. He's like, trust me. Gets the ball, throws it off clean, ducks, pops that motherfucker. They're like, hey, roughing, whatever that, what's that?
Roughing the passer?
No.
Or, just unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness.
Yeah.
And he's like, on the quarterback? Seriously, coach?
Seriously, yeah.
Great moment.
That's
Sticking it to that fucker.
That's awesome because that was also my favorite moment.
Great. So good. Fun fact, the guy that played Sunshine, he was a Yale quarterback. He played for
The
Yale.
actor?
Yeah. His name is
See, that's good. That's
Kip
good casting.
Pardue. Yeah, he was this guy.
It's like, dude, there's so many like TV shows and movies that just mess that up.
So bad.
When you do an athletic movie, you have to get actors that are athletic.
That's what I love about this movie is that it's a sports movie. And again, like you were just saying, there's a lot of sports movies where the sports look like dog shit.
It's bad. And it honestly, it takes you out of it.
It does. It being like me and you both played sports growing up. And so like we know what an athletic man looks like or a good player looks like. And so when these guys are playing a star football player, basketball's the worst most of the time.
Basketball's bad.
because like a basketball shot's so technical, and so like when you see a guy fucking doing a shit shot, you're like, that guy's trash.
I'll be the first to say I got a really funky basketball shot. So like I could not play a basketball role if I were an actor because I just can't. I have a weird looking shot.
I got a pretty shot.
So I can't. Yeah, you got a good shot.
Don't go in that often, but looks good.
Mine goes in.
Yeah, you do. You be draining them.
But it looks bad.
But so what's great about this movie is that the football looks great. They are like again casting an actor that was a quarterback at Yale who can actually throw the football, has good form, it looks good. It's not some shitty throw. And then you see the hits, like they have probably stuntmen and they're just getting drilled and tackling each other for real.
Yeah.
So it's like it looks like real football, which is a great thing to have in a football movie. You expect that. Doesn't take you out of it. No game looks bad. It all looks like legitimate football, which is awesome.
I'll just to kind of go on top of this. I would have been fine if Remember the Titans was like 6 hours long. If they had just kept doing what they had kept doing, which was literally just like montages of nasty ass football hits and good play calling mixed in with like great monologues from a lot of Denzel Washington, but like coaches and players. Yeah, dude, I could have watched this. Could have been like a 12-hour movie.
Yeah, dude.
And I could have just like, I was just watching it. I was like, dude, I really hope we're not close to this being over.
Yeah.
Like I was sad, but like, I love a good sports movie like that. Be aware of what you're doing.
Yep.
Let's understand what we're doing here. Okay. We're telling a cool story about a great football team and we nailed Denzel Washington. We got him on the cast. Now let's make this just fucking cool.
The only bad athletic moment in the movie is at the end. I think it's the state championship whenever Julius gets that fumble tackle.
Oh,
His run up, he has like his arms down. It's like a weird looking run. That's the only moment where I'm kind of like,
No, there was another one before that. Oh, wait. No. That is the one.
Yeah.
Yes, he comes up from behind him. Yeah, they're both running weird.
That's the only part
That's the only part that I'm
a little bit off.
First off, that should have been a slow-mo shot. They should have cut the music, slow-mo. You just see them like running as fast as possible. And then like he just slowly comes, gets the fumble. Because they just put him in the game. He hadn't been in the whole time. They put him in. He goes and forces a fumble. That should be the slow-mo shot.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Julius has been in the game. He's the starting defensive end.
Then I'm not talking about Julius. I'm talking about
Petey. Okay. I'm talking about when Julius runs up and gets that. Petey does it in the beginning.
This is at the end.
Yeah.
I think I even said something in that scene. I was like, oh, God, why are they running like that?
The one I'm talking about is it's right before they get the offense and do the trick. Right before they get on offense and do that trick play. It's Julius that makes that tackle.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just getting the players messed up, but it should have been slow-mo. But like I know what you're talking about. Like, they both looked weird running.
It's like straight arm running.
Yeah. Which is crazy because that actor, Wood Harris, he is one of those like athletic actors.
What else he been in?
Well, like you see him hooping in The Wire.
Oh, really?
You ever seen that show?
I never watched it.
There's like there is one meme where and it's
Above the Rim, another athlete movie.
Yeah, he's also I think
Creed.
He's in Juice. Yeah, he's the coach for Creed.
That's right. That's what I was thinking. One battle after another.
He was in one battle after another.
I don't know who he was in that. He's got to be playing old man, obviously.
I'm trying to think.
Winning Time.
There's this one movie that
Shooting Stars. He's in a lot of sports movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's athletic.
Was he in the movie? Not Juice. Hold on. Oh. Paid in Full.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked that movie a lot when I was a little kid. But he was good in that. But no, in the Wire, there's a picture often associated with John Morant. But like, in The Wire, Wood Harris plays like he's a gangster. But like they're playing pickup basketball. No, he just like pulls his jersey up and he has a clock like,
while he's playing,
just like tucked in. So anytime like John Morant is slighted or something,
John Morant watched one episode of The Wire and was like, I am him.
That's gonna be what I do.
Yep.
Except I'm gonna do it NBA style.
And I'm gonna shoot the crowd.
Yeah, now we got John Morant throwing grenades.
Bazooka.
He's got the bazooka. Yeah, the RPG.
I like how they're like, stop doing that. And he's like, I'm going to keep getting bigger and bigger weapons.
Like I'm just going to like keep getting more people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he does have that meme for him. But he's an athletic dude, so that scene is just surprising because it was like, bro, why did they make him run like that?
It could have been the pads are uncomfortable or whatever, you know.
I guess.
Old school football pads are probably pretty bulky. And actually, they're probably not, right? The pads get bigger and the helmets get bigger.
Yeah.
As they realize how dangerous football is.
I'd be surprised if he actually like ran like that. But speaking of people that look like they just didn't really belong in this movie, Ryan Gosling, what is he doing in this movie?
He's a little fun personality.
That's
about it.
Yeah, like
he sucks on the field.
He sucks at football.
Sucks so bad. He's like, you got to take me out of the game because I cannot take these guys.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't ride the bench all season just to lose us the whole game, which honestly, respect. That's a great bar.
Yep.
Like, I didn't just ride the bench just for you to bring me back out and embarrass myself, like lose us the state championship. You're going to get me killed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be the one that forces racism to like actually be annihilated because they're going to team up and kill me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, get me out of this fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
I have sucked since scene one, which scene one of Ryan Gosling, he's not even in a football jersey. I didn't even believe he was on the team. I thought it was going to be like, we like Ryan Gosling. He's not athletic enough, but we could probably find him a role as like the cool manager of the football team.
Like Caleb Presley when he played, I forget where he played, but he was like a
played
D1 quarterback, but super backup quarterback. And he eventually just became like the morale officer.
He was so cool that they made a position for him.
Yeah, on the coaching staff.
Yeah, I forget what the made up position was, but it's awesome.
It was like morale something. Or
coach of morale, it could be that.
Let's see.
But he was literally so funny, but also knew enough about football to where they were like, dude, we want to keep you around. I think it is coach of morale. I think that was the position they gave him. Morale booster. Supervisor
of morale in North Carolina. Yeah, he's like on a big D1 team.
He's a big guy.
The Tar Heels.
Yeah.
And was the supervisor of morale.
Yeah.
Self-appointed. Self-appointed. He wore a headset though.
Yeah.
I've seen clips of him wearing headsets.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback and walk-on. Damn, walked on.
Dude,
backup quarterback, and then he self-appointed himself as a supervisor of morale.
He could ball, but he was funny. I think he did the right thing. He got an interview with Drake. That's cool.
Cool.
That's cool. But anyways, Ryan Gosling, like in this one, like there were just so many scenes that I saw where I was like, is he even trying, or is he just being Ryan Gosling on this set?
Basically,
is he just like being funny because he's like I know I'm gonna have a good career, mind you.
I think it was his first movie or one of the first ones. I want to say
he's young. Yeah, so I can believe it. But,
you can hear it in his voice how young he is.
But Ryan Gosling's like always been, I think, a star. Because like, have you ever seen that dance video of him when he was a kid?
No.
You've never seen that?
Dance video as a kid?
Yeah. What?
All right, let's see. Let's go to the bottom. Yeah, he's in a couple things.
He's in some TV shows.
Yeah, a lot of TV work, like kids.
Young Hercules. I wonder who he played in that.
Look at him on the cover.
Okay, so he knows.
Remember the Times was like his first big movie because everything else was TV, and there's a TV movie he was in. Another TV movie. Bring Us Down to Me, I guess that was a movie that he did. Yeah, this is like his bigger movie he was on.
Sure. I believe it. I'm just saying, look, so there's one scene that just like kind of tripped me up. It's when they're on the bus and Ryan Gosling's character is just offbeat. I think they're doing like, ain't no man high enough.
Yeah, I think so.
And he's just offbeat.
So off. Like he's clapping between the claps.
But Ryan Gosling like has rhythm. That is known.
He's playing the ultra white guy.
I guess so. Like, which I think is funny. If he came out and admitted, he was like, yeah, dude, I was doing that on purpose. Like, I'm a white dude on a bus that's like, being led by a bunch of like black singers. let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. Black people are known for having like good rhythm.
Yep.
And so Ryan Gosling, like just playing true to his role, he's like, no, like I play bad folk music that at one point in the movie, like his roommate is just like this is cruelty. Like
Yeah.
what you're making me listen to.
Does the term cruel and unusual punishment mean anything to you?
Yeah.
So I guess for Ryan Gosling's character, Alan Bosley, Ryan is like, no, my character would not be able to keep up with these incredible black men.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, look up Ryan Gosling dancing as a kid. I can't believe you've never sing this.
Maybe I have, but let's
It's
see.
like honestly pretty incredible. Like obviously this dude is going to be a star. You never seen this?
No.
You love Ryan Gosling. How have you never seen this?
What is this for? A talent show?
I think he's from Canada, so I think this is like a
Only boy on the squad. Damn, look at him get after it. Like, dude, he's owning it. I love how his personality is the exact same.
yeah.
He's the star of the show.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's definitely just doing some good old acting on that bus. Dude,
Well, we see him whenever they get their signature dance routine for their warm-ups. He comes back in with a little slide with his hands out.
yeah, somebody saw that. They saw him like messing up the clap and they were like, all right, that was funny. That was good. But you're Ryan Gosling and everybody knows you can dance.
Yeah.
So we're going to get you dancing in this fucking Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And they did. They put him front and center. And you know what? He looked good.
Actually, yeah, of course he can dance. La La Land.
Oh, he was Ken. They gave him like the biggest dance scene we've seen in forever.
My name's Ken.
Yeah. And it's like
Great song.
choreographed.
Hilarious song.
Yeah. He can dance, bro.
Yeah.
He can dance. But yeah, as far as football goes, didn't really understand how he even made the team.
High school, bro. Just high school. He's a senior. Automatic varsity.
I know, but like they had to go through that boot camp, and I don't know. Like if I was that bad at something, I wouldn't put myself through hell like that.
He still performed a little bit. Like he wasn't horrible. He could play a little bit. He was coached. So like there's a little bit of skill.
Okay.
I mean, yes, he wasn't that good, but he wasn't like just
I know-
dog shit
I know,
losing the
yeah.
games for him.
I know this is hard for you. Me talking a little bit of shit about your boy. Just, I'm just calling it like I see it. He sucked.
Don't
I
talk
would've-
about Ryan Gosling like that.
He sucked, and Coach Boone should have cut him.
No, he wasn't that bad.
It was bad. There was at one point when like the first fight breaks out, you just see Ryan Gosling like kind of put his arms up and he gets tackled.
Nice.
Anyways, no hate. I think it was mainly just Ryan Gosling like having fun.
What's funny about this movie is what's funny about it is Shane Gillis has a hilarious sketch about for a high school that gets integrated with black players on the football team, and he's super racist. But as he realizes that the black players on his team are incredible, they start winning games. He completely converts to like being like an African. Like he starts wearing African wardrobe at the state championship press conference. So it's hilarious that is kind of a true thing. Football brought together the entire community. Whenever Coach Boone rolls up to his house, we're like, are they the movers? Like, I think they're moving in. And then you hear all the little racist chirps of everybody looking out their window.
Oh yeah.
The next thing you know, at the end of the movie, when they're heading to state, all those racist white people are like, Coach Boone, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So football brought together people and ended racism in this town.
Yeah, it's nice to see. There was whenever we were talking about Coach Yoast was supposed to like throw the game, and then also the refs were like on the other side of the coach that called Coach Boone a gorilla,
Monkey.
or something out of a zoo.
He called him a monkey.
One of those two. They still, like, even with the refs going against them, still beat them, like, what, 44-14?
Yes, they destroyed them.
There's some truth in that, dude.
It is.
There's some truth in that.
I mean, just saying. This is honest. When you go play football or basketball and you roll up to an all-black team, you're like, and you're an all-white team, you're like, we're fucked.
Or, yeah, just like, God, I hope they're scared of us being able to shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
As we are thinking, like, fuck, they're just going to full court press us and we're not even going to be able to dribble.
We're getting dunked on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time it's true.
Football, though, I don't know. I can't really speak much for football. I've seen some white boys fucking roll just any type of team.
There's a funny story.
But then I've also seen the opposite. So
when I was in high school, in my 4A high school, there was a team called Silsby that was just dominant. Like every year I was in college, in high school, state championship winners. And they were like kind of close to our district. So like second or third round of playoffs in football, we were playing Silsby. So it's like, good season, boys. I had fun. Thank you, guys.
Man, we sure did make it far.
And first of all, I'm pretty sure I got a concussion playing against Silsby. Like somebody, quarterback threw an interception. I'm like running, and the biggest dude on this field is number 22. Just fucking levels me, dude. I have a video of it. Me just getting leveled. I might even put it in this video.
Okay.
Oh. And then one of our players has like a kick. He takes a kickoff. He starts running down the field. Number 22, that legendary player, runs up to him, grabs the football, yanks it out of his arms, and then takes off and scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like just white boys getting destroyed.
I've seen some plays like that.
Hilarious.
I've seen some plays like that.
Like no player has any faith for winning this game, which is just hilarious.
Yeah, I've been running out of the gym like quite a few times.
Ran out of the gym?
Yeah, like just getting mollywopped by a team by like 70 points.
Yeah.
Like legit, like 80 something, like 12.
Yeah.
You know,
80 to 12.
I mean, I can't remember if that's like a specific thing, but like I remember like getting rocked because I'm from like a small little town in East Texas, and then sometimes we'd go hit the road, like more like close to the Dallas City area.
Game over.
Yeah, that's where the Hoopers are, dude.
Yeah, game over.
Those guys are going to the NBA after that, or for sure D1.
The funniest when your coach is like, because maybe most of the time you press, but then when you play those really fast teams, you're
Let's
like,
play 2-3.
Hey, yeah, we're going zone.
Yep.
Okay. We can't play man. You are gonna get beat. You are gonna get, ran by quick. So, no press.
Yeah.
We're gonna play it safe here. We're gonna try to limit the amount of points we score or that they score.
Yep. I know it all too well. Remember the Titans?
Nothing about racism.
Yeah. You know what scene I thought was just really fun, just like from a sports standpoint, because it does kind of go to show like Coach Boone, like shut the fuck up. Like for Coach Boone, he at one point gets in Coach Yoast's ear. He's like, your defense better start making some stops. Otherwise, we're not going to win this game. And then he was like, well, your offense needs to score some points, but you don't know what the score is.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, oh, they have a conflict. Well, they're pretty far. I think they're far into the playoffs, even if they're not. You go into the locker room at halftime and it's only 7-0.
Yeah.
So like Coach Yoast is doing a pretty good job if you've only held a team to like one touchdown.
Sure.
And so it just kind of goes to show like, again, Coach Yoast calling him out on his pride and stubbornness. I don't know if that happened before that scene or after, but like
It was before.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. It was like, dude, Coach Boone, like you're clearly in the wrong here. Like you haven't put up a point in the first half.
Yeah.
And your defensive coach has held him to one touchdown. That's pretty good, I guess, considering the competition they are going against. And I guess really thinking about how they just beat the shit out of like all the teams they played. So if they were held to 0 and then held that same team to 7, that means that was probably like the best competition they played.
Yeah. Well, they also had the refs against them.
I don't know if it was that game. I don't think it was. I think that was just a fair and square deal.
Yeah.
I
The
think.
state championship was when it was 7-0. That's
Was
because
it?
that's the only time we get that halftime locker room talk. It's like, hey, Win or lose today. That's when they're only down 7-0. He's like, win or lose today. We're going to walk out holding our heads high. We had a great season.
And we're going to do our best. And then
Julius is like, to be honest, coach, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Don't be getting soft on us now. It's the state championship.
That was nice. Yeah. It was like some self-awareness there. They were like, dude, we can't have Coach Boone just be right all the time.
Yeah.
He can't just be money this entire movie. That's funny. But yeah, I like that scene a lot.
A fun fact is the moment when the brick goes through Coach Boone's house while, what's the daughter's name? Sheryl is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
They changed that from the real story. What actually happened is somebody threw a toilet through their window, but they decided to change it to a brick because they thought it would add like humor to a serious situation by seeing like in a movie a toilet getting thrown through the window. They thought that might be funny.
Oh, yeah.
So they were like, let's make it a brick to kind of make it a little bit more serious. But in real life, Coach Boone actually had a toilet go through his window.
That is funny.
Which a toilet causes way more damage.
Oh, for sure. And also, like, you could, like, poop in a toilet.
Yeah, it's like, it's like degrading.
I'm just being, it could be funny. I could see why Disney made that decision.
Yeah.
Toilet through, like, that. Somebody also had to, like, go, like, probably take apart their toilet, have to deal with plumbing issues from that.
Mm-hmm.
But they were willing to sacrifice that to get Coach Boone out of there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good decision. If I had seen a toilet just come out of nowhere, no context, no nothing, and, like, Sheryl, like, jump, and then it's a toilet thrown through the window, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So, it was a good call on their part. I also love that Coach Boone did tell Sheryl to essentially shut up.
Yes. Because she's been yapping all movie.
She's been yapping. She's been
like, what is she doing? Why is this little girl talking like she knows football?
Oh, dude, she gets physical. She's like kicking men.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
She's a little tough girl.
She's a little tough girl, but like, I just love that she somehow made it to boot camp, which the only thing I can assume is that like Coach Yoast must have had like, he's probably widowed. Because
maybe in the movie, okay, just for some context, the real story with Coach Yoast is he actually had 4 daughters. So I would assume he was married and had a wife alive.
I would assume.
But so Sheryl, he had a daughter named Sheryl, but she died at like 30. Like she died too young.
Okay.
And so, but the family was cool with them having just like, you can exclude us in the story. You know, you can honor Sheryl. And she wasn't like a super big football fan like she is in the movie. You know, she was just a little girl. She didn't really care, you know. But they thought, you know, let's honor her, and, you know, I'm cool with her playing that different version of herself.
Okay.
Just because we lost her. So like, let's honor her.
Okay. That backstory does help a lot more, obviously.
Because I think he is married. I think they just don't show the wife.
Yeah.
Maybe they do in the beginning.
Look, I'm just saying,
didn't notice.
I'm just saying in the movie, like he's living out in the middle of nowhere and and it's just him and his daughter. You don't ever see his wife.
Nope.
She goes to boot camp with them. I'm like, just in reality, no head coach is going to let an assistant coach or anybody like bring a sibling or a child to Marine Corps style boot camp.
Yeah.
But I love the scene where she like tries to kind of get in his ear and he's like, yeah, I really cared about the approval from a 5-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm not. He's like, go play with some fucking dolls.
Yeah.
Get out of my Coach, I'm about to fire you. Get your daughter out of here.
Yeah. What is she doing?
But with that being said, that little child actor, she's good.
She's good.
She's really good. That's like a grown woman.
At first she's annoying, but then you start to like her as the movie progresses. Like once they make it known, it's like, why
she's not racist. She just cares about football.
Yeah. But once.
Well, actually, she's a little racist.
She was in the beginning, definitely.
Yeah, she's a little racist.
What are
she's
your
9.
kind doing here? She says that to him or something.
Yeah,
you're taking my dad's job.
Yeah, she's 9. So like, she doesn't really know. She's just doing what
she's copying what people say.
Exactly.
There's no actually racist child.
She has opinions on football. The racist thing, she's like, I just want my dad in the Hall of Fame. So I'm just saying, but that actress, she was really good.
She was good.
I was getting some Sandra Bullock vibes from her, and like The Blind Side, kind of that same energy.
Yeah, yeah. So they didn't focus on the wife in the movie, obviously, but I think that might have been because the real Bill Yoast got divorced. So potentially that's why they were not showing the wife side, because He has an ex-wife.
Damn. What are you getting to? You're a head coach of a high school football team in Virginia in the 1960s/70s. What did you do worthy of a divorce? I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm not going to do it.
Supported.
One thing comes to mind.
Supported your black brothers. Your black brothers in Christ.
Hey, you know what? That's way better than what I was thinking.
What were you thinking? Just go and say it. Let it ride. Come on. Come on.
There's no point.
Free speech. Let's go. What you got?
Head coach getting divorced. Head coach for a high school.
You going pedophile route?
Dude.
Why would you disrespect Coach Yoast?
I didn't want to disrespect her. I'm just saying, like, that's a guess. I don't know that. But I would much rather think that she never liked the fact that he started hanging out with black people. And she was like, I don't give a fuck that Disney's touching this movie. I hate that you sided with them. And so she was like, I don't want anything to do with this movie.
In this case, the racism option is a little bit better.
That's what I'm saying.
In this one instance,
Would you
we
rather
choose racism over that?
There's an argument to be made there. I think I heard this question too.
What?
It was like, if you had a son, would you rather him be a racist? Or no. Would you rather him be a Nazi or a pedophile? It was like Nazi.
What a terrible choice.
It's an awful choice, but like,
Who's that?
it's definitely. I think it was Shane Gillis.
What?
I think it was I think Shane Gillis like asked that question and answered the question.
There's a funny clip of Kevin Hart. I think the interviewer asked him like, would you rather have a thought daughter or a gay son? And he's like, what the fuck kind of question is that?
Right.
I'm gonna pull it up. It's pretty funny.
Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter?
Okay.
I would
Really?
rather have 2 healthy kids. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Two healthy children. And the fact that you have to, like, put them in those categories says a lot about who you are.
Oh, no, don't you dare.
I'm just telling you, I think the real problem is in the thinker, not the answerer. The thinker. Maybe you should just ponder on that for a second.
Which do you give less of a fuck about, gay rights or women's rights?
Well, first and foremost,
What about a joke interview? That next question better be a joke interview.
No. Let's hold on. Let's play out. What's his answer?
those rights are rights. You should care about them all. Everybody has a voice, and everybody deserves to be heard. What I want to do is be a part of the change that the world desperately deserves and hopefully get us to a point where we're all on the same accord.
PR team approved.
Yeah, that guy's good. A lot of training. Also, couldn't tell if he was being serious.
It's called a ZWE interview. It's got to be a joke interview, like parody. Satirical late night talk show. It's good.
Okay, nice.
Good.
Nice. Anyways, sorry, Coach Yoast. Why'd
you go down that route? What are you doing?
I didn't mean to go down that route. I was just acknowledging the fact that his younger daughter was at that Marine style boot camp, and like, why? How come he couldn't leave her behind? And I just, from a movie standpoint, I would assume that his character is given that right because he's been through a tragic accident. But if we're looking at it in real life, where you provided that information that he was in fact divorced, high school coach, pedophile, potentially. No,
Just because he's working around high school people,
I
just immediately go to pedophile.
I'm really thinking like 1960s, 1970s. Like, divorce isn't that common then.
I guess, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's like a real big deal to get a divorce, and especially if you're a high school coach. You got a reputation to maintain there.
Maybe cheated. Why don't you go cheated route?
With a girl, little high school girl.
No. Anyway.
I don't want to play this game. But
You started the game.
No, you're picking my mind, and I'm just telling you, like, all right, that's where my head went, and I'd rather lead this subject alone. I don't know anything about
you
real
bring
Bill
it up.
Yoast.
Tells a lot about you as a person. I think it's a lot about the thinker, which is you.
Okay,
I just Kevin Hart's your ass.
you did just Kevin Hart me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This movie does like a total flip on you, like early on when you go to Gettysburg and the whole team just comes together as brothers, and then racism is no longer existence in this team, and you're like, oh sweet, let's go. Like, happy movie for the rest of the time.
I said that. I was like, oh shit, they figured it out really quickly. So we just get to watch them ball the fuck out now.
The second they come back into town, it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Protests in the street, white people screaming,
Yeah.
get them out of our schools.
Yeah. Didn't really. You kind of. It's very well done
Because it brings you back to reality.
Yeah, because I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot that these are little kids. They got to go back to their really racist parents that they learned all of that from.
Yeah.
And their parents are like, I can't believe, just for movie's sake, like it is a little easy how things are done in this movie. Like somebody gives you a little resistance and then you give them a nice, powerful monologue and they're like, "Ugh."
Well, Denzel can convince you of anything.
I'm thinking in real life, Black Coach tells that little kid in front of God and everybody in that town, he's like, who's your daddy? Dead.
Not good.
Killed.
Not good.
Yeah. Making the star linebacker say...
The only All-American
Yeah.
in front of his parents.
In front of the parents.
In front of his racist parents.
Yeah. And they just sat there and took that.
Well, they didn't hear him, hopefully. I mean, he's kind of whispering to him. Who's your daddy?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
And whose team is this? Is it your team or your daddy's team? Cheers. Well, then get your fucking ass on the bus, bitch.
Yeah, man. You know, so it was just, but that's just, you know, that's kind of Disney. I also think like early 2000s, there's a lot of corny moments in this, but that doesn't go to say that that's like a bad
What are your
thing.
What are your corny moments?
Okay. One scene that you just did not need in the time that they did it was like state championship. Coach Boone just broke them out. They literally just ran out to the field to go start either playing or warming up. And as they're running out, where is he? Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Louis just grabs him and he's like, I averaged a C+ all across the board. I'm going to college, coach. And they like hug it out. That's a nice scene. You just don't need it right then and there.
Was it? I don't even remember that.
That was right before, yes. Literally right before they run out to play in the state championship game, he does that. It's like, what the fuck? Then
It's also not the end of the school year if football at this school is...
not even close.
No, you have like half the year left. If football season was the same as it is today...
There you go. See, it's corny. That's just Disney being like, oh, fuck, we got to wrap that part up too. But you didn't have to put it there. You could have showed them all graduating.
Okay.
Literally make it that simple. Then, right after that scene, the other corny thing that they do is they have Gary's girlfriend or whatever she is go up
Little racist side piece.
Yeah, go up to Julius, which, how the fuck did she get past security for a state championship game?
You got to just put it up to the 70s and lack of security.
I guess.
There's no TSA back then. So
and she goes and shakes his hand. I don't know why I did quote unquote there, but she does. She actually does shake his hand. But it was like, get out of here. Literally get out of here. I'm in the zone.
No, it gives Julius the power to win.
I'm in the zone for the state championship. You think you're on my mind right now?
True. I mean, yeah.
Like, I'm not thinking about you. I'm just saying it's corny. And it didn't have to happen there. All of that could have happened at like the graduation or like after they won the game.
Right.
She could have come up to him and just shook his hand.
Well, okay. Now,
not that he still would have cared.
I think if they did it after the game, it wouldn't have been as powerful because maybe it could be perceived that only after they win, she's like, okay, you have my respect now. So I got to do it before the game, before they win.
Oh, before they made it to the state championship.
Well, how about this? How about when they get on the bus? Before they get on the bus, good luck, Julius. I wish you well. Go out there and get them.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. They've already proven that they're a good football team. They're undefeated going to the state championship. So even if you lose the state championship, it doesn't matter. Because, like, I mean, it matters. But, like, it doesn't matter. You've proven that you're a good football team.
Yeah.
So if you're... It just kind of goes against your argument, which I do see what you mean. Yeah. And I bet Disney was thinking that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter in reality.
Sure.
Which... It's a Disney movie. So
it is.
I got to pump the brakes a little bit.
It is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It's a family-friendly movie with heartwarming moments fighting racism.
And, like, damn it, I liked it. I'm just,
Just nitpicking.
I'm just nitpicking a little bit. Just, I've been watching Black Mirror for like 3 weeks straight now. Okay.
Yeah, you want to see some dark shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of dark shit, we haven't even talked about Gary's wreck.
Okay, so all right, if we're gonna talk about it, like let's call it what it is. This is a Disney movie. Yeah, dude, I cried a little bit.
The funniest
I
thing.
teared up.
The funniest thing is like, so Gary's never seen the movie. So as we're watching it today, Gary, shifts his car into gear, whatever, and puts on the hammer. I just hear Gray go, "Oh no." He just knew what was happening. There's about to be tragedy. This is too high of a moment. We're about to get put down.
Yeah.
So Gray's just like, "Oh no," and then crash.
I thought he was about to hit somebody.
Oh yeah.
I saw it all play out. I was like, damn, he's about to just floor that thing. He's gonna hit somebody, kill them. Now he's in jail.
Dude.
It's a completely different story now.
You know what? Now that racism has ended in this town, that truck driver, now all the hatred goes toward him.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck were you doing?"
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm thinking like,
I mean, okay, just real quick, to get paralyzed with that, how fast was the truck moving when there's so many people around? Literally, what was that truck doing in this scene? Now, maybe I think he actually in real life got the injury after the season. He might have finished it. I don't know if he.
No way.
It might have been
Come
some
on.
dramatic. Let's see. No. But what were you saying? Sorry.
Nothing. I was just going on top of like if he had driven and committed vehicular manslaughter and then went to jail, he would have turned racist real quick.
Wait. No, he might have joined one of the black gangs.
No. Most certainly would have joined the skinheads. Survival. It becomes a completely different movie at that point.
Yep. Gary Bertier was paralyzed from the chest down following a car accident on December 11th, 1971, shortly after the conclusion of the T.C. Williams High School championship football season.
Okay.
So
yeah, a little Disney.
The movie
little
added.
Disney.
Yeah. Contrary to the film, Remember the Titans, the accident occurred after the state championship game, not before.
Yeah, well, that's not good enough for the story.
But this is all, the cause was a mechanical failure of the motor mount in his new 1971 Camaro, resulted in a loss of control, according to investigations report. So nobody even hit him. He just lost control.
Oh. But then he did.
Then he died from a drunk driving accident.
Jeez.
In 1981, 10 years after that. Damn. But he got a gold medal.
How was he? He wasn't driving, though, when he died.
Why do you say that?
He's paralyzed?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Well, they have special cars for that.
They do?
Yeah.
You can drive a car if you're paralyzed?
Yeah, they have like a hand, like you can drive with one arm and you do the speed with your other hand.
Interesting.
Let's see about that.
First car crash.
He was returning home from a business trip driving alone. His southbound 1980 Oldsmobile collided with a northbound car that crossed over the center line on Route 20 in Charlottesville, Virginia. Ooh, he died afterwards from his injuries in the University of Virginia hospital.
Yeah.
And then the guy was charged with manslaughter and driving under the influence of alcohol in connection with the accident.
That's good. I'm glad they clarified that. I don't know if they did in the movie, but I was worried that maybe he had been drinking.
That would have been not very happy.
They would not have put
Ending
that,
to that.
They would not have put that in the Disney version. I gotta shut the fuck up. They shouldn't have let me have a mic.
Who lets you on this podcast?
Oh, okay.
Like
I like it. Good.
Hand control.
You think you've seen it all?
They make it work.
You learn something new every day. I did not know this was a thing. That's cool.
Or like if you have, like if you lost your legs, but maybe you have like your knee down or something, there's like sticks you can press.
Nice.
So they make it work so you can live as much of a normal life as you can.
Nice. Anyways, I'm trying to think of other corny moments. There's more. I think those two were just like, I think I was just a little annoyed because it's the state championship. So I personally did not care about wrapping that up in that moment.
Sure.
There's other corny moments where it's like, oh, like Gerry, when he's in the hospital bed and the nurse says, it's only Ken allowed in here. And he tells her, he's like, what? Can't you tell the resemblance? That's my brother. That's a good line.
That's not corny.
That's not corny. That's not corny. The fist stuff was corny.
Okay.
The fist stuff was corny.
Maybe a little bit.
The fist stuff was corny.
Now
The resemblance, that's funny. That's a good line.
here's an argument for the fist up. The poster he put up. It's a
Yeah.
callback to that poster.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Julius's poster at
yes,
boot camp
yeah,
had the
okay.
fist up, the black guys on the podium fist up. And so he's showing his respect.
Okay.
Black power.
Okay.
This can be the this can be me in the thumbnail right here.
Okay. You know what? Yeah. Still corny, and you know it, because when I started laughing during that scene, you also started laughing too.
It is funny though.
Yeah, it is funny.
It is funny.
Like, well, because the nurse, like the nurse isn't even in the room anymore, so it's like, all right, dude, drop the act.
You don't got a virtue signal to the nurse. You already made it very clear that you're not racist anymore.
Yeah. What else is corny? Not corny, but I do love this line. I don't know if it was the correct placement, but I guess it was. It's whenever Sunshine has to go in the game, but he's like, Coach, don't put me in. I can't get that pitch down. I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
Can't get it. And Coach Boone says, like, son, when I was 12 years old, I lost my mother and my father in the same month, and I was the youngest of 12, and they all looked up to me, even though I was the baby of the family. He was like, didn't want to be, but I had to be.
I wasn't
Denzel-
ready.
Yeah.
But I had to be.
Right. And then that was a good speech, delivered in Denzel fashion. You know, I like that a lot. I just didn't know, like, that was the moment to do that. Or if that was the moment, you got to, like, slow the music. Really, more slow-mos. You got to.
Gray just wants more slow-mo, please.
More slow-mos, more montages. That's all. But no, like, you got to, like, make it more dramatic. Feels like there were some scenes that just kind of, like, brushed over. Even, like, the state championship itself. Like, we didn't get to, like, live and, like, how hard they worked to get there. They also beat racism.
I don't know. I think like half the movie is them playing football.
No, I'm talking, like, for the big moment. You win the big one. He defied all odds. You said it yourself. If he loses a game, he's fired.
Again, if this movie was 3 hours long, I'm okay. If they, because again, they probably cut the state championship short because of the time. Because it's already 2 hours long. Give us that extra 30 minutes of just showing us that full championship game of them just battling back, winning.
Because I want a director's cut.
Yeah, give us the 4 hour director's cut.
Remember the Titans, more like remake the Titans. Am I right? Oh,
Boaz
whoa.
Yakin. Let's see all the footage you got.
You know what? You could do it now because Denzel Washington and Coach Yoast. Who's Coach Yoast played by?
His name is Will Patton.
Okay. Denzel Washington is young in this movie. It's a young man coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Says after this season, he coached 5 more years and retired.
Right.
So really, you could remake the movie with Denzel being the coach and Will Patton being the coach, because that would make more sense because they look young. Like when I saw they retired, I was like, what?
Yeah.
They didn't like go on to like, what? That was it? 5 years. They were like kind of on the outs. So I'm just saying, you could remake this movie in theory.
Yeah.
And, you know, get a little bit more emotion in those like sports moments.
Sure.
Like the monologues I think are perfect. Not only just delivery wise, but like you live in those monologues, you know, in the movies. But like there were just some moments where I was like, hold up, that was like a pretty big moment that like drove the story a lot. Like we should kind of be sitting in this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
We get the fun little comedic relief where he's like, you had 12 siblings? It's like I had 8. 12 sounds better.
Yeah. It's funny. It's a little Disney humor.
It's got some good humor in it.
Yeah.
It's a great family movie.
Let's rate it.
Let's do it. All right, Gray, what you got for Remember the Titans?
for Remember the Titans. For acting, I've got a 10 out of 10.
Booyah.
We got a little powerhouse here, and Denzel obviously carries most of it, but everybody delivers. They do a good job. It's good acting on everybody's part.
Agreed.
Writing, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's good, solid, family friendly. Great monologues, as we've talked about a lot. I don't think there's much like wasted dialogue either. So like I think it like kind of flows well. I think the story's pushed like in a great way. So yeah, writing solid. Editing is 6 out of 10.
What?
I honestly could go for 5 out of 10, but I'll say 6 out of 10 because of the football montages. I love those. But yeah, like I just said, like I think there were like a lot of big moments that like we should have kind of lived in. And so it fell short just on that. This should have been a longer movie.
Yeah, I could have gone for 2.5.
Yeah, this should have been a 2.5-er. So 6 out of 10. Cinematography, 7 out of 10. I don't think it's like anything crazy special. Although I always love anything on a TV that's like showing cinema mixed with sports. I'm always gonna love that.
Yeah.
I always think you can make that look really good. So I'll give a 7 out of 10 to cinematography. Enjoyability, 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
It's a great movie. It's a feel-good movie. Maybe you're getting a 10 out of 10 out of me because I'm in a very vulnerable spot right now because I'm just traumatized by what I've been watching lately.
Sure.
I needed this. I needed this.
Yep.
It got some good tears out of me, but like good tears.
I know.
Happy tears.
Yeah.
It was like,
I got some like happy emotional moments, just like overwhelmed with the joy of them coming together.
yeah.
You know, you got I get some tears.
Yeah.
Not tears, but I get a little emotional.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
Makes me happy. So it's a 8.2 out of 10,
All right.
but it's a good movie. Everybody should watch it.
For what I have for Remember the Titans, which is also my wife's favorite movie of all time. This is Mercedes' favorite movie of all time. It's her number one. Maybe under Inglourious Bastards. They might be tied. Two completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's okay. That's how movies work.
But so what I have for this movie is acting, 10 out of 10, of course. Writing, 10 out of 10. I think the emotional parts are beautiful, touches me. Sure, that you could argue some corniness, but I'm okay with it with this movie. Doesn't take me out of it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Makes me emotional.
Okay.
I like it.
You love it.
It's great.
You just gave the writing a 10 out of 10. I think that's safe to say you love the writing.
Editing, 10 out of 10. Football montages. I love me a good montage.
Okay.
And I don't feel like, the big moments, I didn't feel like they were, like underdone at all. I think it focuses a good, maybe sitting in some of those moments makes it a little bit too dramatic when the focus is about, the team coming together and ending racism and, the football team and all that winning. So like, I'm cool with the moments, maybe some of them not being as big because there are a ton of big moments already.
Okay.
They save that for the big ones. Cinematography, 8 out of 10. Just good. Nothing special, but the football ones are great.
Yeah.
I love seeing some slow-mo, just people getting knocked the fuck out. And then enjoyability, 10 out of 10. I can watch this movie every day. Hypes me up, gets me inspired.
We needed this movie.
I'll run through a fucking brick wall after watching this movie.
I'm right there with you. I'm about to go play some basketball.
Hell yeah.
I'm feeling good. And I hope I have some black teammates.
After they score a basket, you'll put the black power fist up.
Can't you tell? That's my brother that just hit that shot.
And then before games, you'll just put on a Coach Boone speech in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. So my total score is a 9.6 out of 10 for Remember the Titans, a childhood staple of mine.
I'm glad I've seen it now.
Yeah, me too.
Glad I've seen it now. But
it's one of those movies when you said you've never seen it. Next episode, Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Just a movie, I feel like you gotta watch it. Just like everybody's gotta see this movie. Just good.
Yeah, somebody messed up. I don't even know how, just going through public school, how this wasn't one of the movies that we watched.
True.
I don't understand how that didn't happen. I don't understand, like, especially playing sports, how this wasn't shown.
Yeah, like with your high school coach of basketball or football, you have his blow-off class
I'm just thinking
that
like,
he's forced to teach.
Yeah.
Why is he not throwing this on at the end of the year?
Yeah, or like even as young as like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, should have been watching this movie.
Yeah, I agree. All right, thank you guys for listening. Comment below your thoughts on Remember the Titans. Let us know where this ranks in your top 10 or just movie list in general. Is it a great one, or do you feel like it's not very good? Because I think there's some mixed reviews. I think whatever executive at Disney, they had like a damn near perfect score from the test screening audience. They all loved it, but he was like, I think it needs a little bit more work. But it ended up being super successful and a staple of Denzel's career.
Nice.
So, all right, let us know what you think.
I mean, it's a Disney movie. I was about to ask, like, what was the budget? How much money did it make? I bet it did all right.
I bet it did all right.
But in 2000s, Denzel Washington is a killer.
Come on.
In the acting, and you've got a story about beating racism. And it's a feel-good Disney movie. Like, all right, dude, I know that this movie probably did pretty well.
Yep. So anyways, thank you guys for listening. Comment below your thoughts on, I already said that. We'll see y'all, as always, next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave us a review on Apple or Spotify if you're listening there. And also, don't forget, if you made it to the end and you're a fan, don't forget to go to showstack.tv and vote for us if it's still available. I don't know if it will be, but join. It's only $1.99 a month to join Showstack. It's basically free.
Yeah, so at least keep up with our journey, because we're working on some stuff. We're cooking in the laboratory, and we've got some fun stuff that we're wanting to get out to y'all real soon. It's going to be through them, so please join if you want to see us venture out more than just two dudes talking about movies.
We got some things cooking, so go support us on Showstack for now, and we'll see y'all next week. We are out.
Trying to buy my next meal. Seems all I do is drive. And when the boss man sends my next check in the mail,